My wife believed that I cheated on her, which I never did, and filed for divorce. Now that the truth is out, she wants me back. What do I do? Almost 2 years ago, my ex went on a girls' trip with her sisters and mom, leaving me at home with our son, 8, and daughter, 6. The night before she was due home, she sent me a message saying she knew what I had done and she wanted me gone by the time she arrived home. That's all she said. She didn't reply to my messages and let my calls to the voicemail. When she arrived home, I was still there because I had no clue what was going on. She came in ready to go, yelling at me, accusing me of having other women in the house, telling me her friend had told her all about my affair with her and atheist one other woman. Our fight went on for days. In the end, I told her if she believed that, if she thought I was capable of doing that to her and our family, then she could pack her stuff and leave. She did, and then she filed for divorce. Days later, the cops showed up at my door and took my kids. I didn't see them again for 5 months. She made it as difficult as she could for me to see my kids. She made up stories of physical and financial abuse just to keep them from me. I fought hard, my lawyer fought just as hard as I did, and eventually, I got weekend visitation. The first time seeing my kids after all those months apart destroyed me. Their misery was written all over the both of them. They saw me and threw themselves at me. They clung to me, crying so hard. I didn't care about my marriage at that point, I just cared about my kids. They were full of stories they couldn't wait to tell me. There were so many stories that first visit, and every visit after, that I started to record them. I went back to my lawyer. He said the best way to use this information was to hire a private investigator to get us proof, and that way we could leave the kids out of it, so that's what I did. My PI found all the proof of what my kids told me and more. I moved forward with plans to go for at least 50-50 custody. I got it. For the past 2 months I have my kids 1 week, they go back to their mother the next, a week later I get them again. According to what I've been told by people that were there, my wife was at a party while my kids were with me. There were a lot of ex-mutual friends there. Ex-friends of mine. They all believed the lies and shut me out. My ex was there with her new boyfriend. Her friend, the friend that convinced my ex we were having an affair, was falling over herself drunk. In front of everyone she told my ex she was owed a thank you. My ex asked what? For breaking up our marriage? This woman started laughing and said she didn't know it would be so easy to convince my ex that I was cheating, but my ex was dumber than the friend thought, that she didn't even question it, she just believed. Then she started in on how even after my wife left and did all that shit with my kids, she still couldn't get me into bed. Then she laughed and laughed until my ex attacked her. My ex has been calling me non-stop since and sending messages. Getting her parents to call me. Her friends. I've had old mutuals trying to reconnect with me. I shut them all out. I don't care that they all know the truth now and want to apologize for their treatment of me. All their calls and messages go unanswered. They're all dead to me. If not for my kids, my ex would be dead to me too. Not because she believed the lie and made up some of her own, but because she used my kids against me. I can't forgive that she used my kids. My ex is making regular visits to my parents, giving them a sob story of how sorry she is, how she regrets everything and all she wants is to put her family back together. My dad was blunt. He reminded her that she broke our family, and he wouldn't help her convince me into giving her another chance. My mom is a different matter. The sob story got to her. She's telling me it's best if kids are raised in 2-parent homes. To think of them and the love I have for them, not of the hurt and humiliation my wife put me through. To push all the resentment down for my kids' sakes and be the father they need. I hate my mom a little for not being on my side and basically telling me to suck it all up, that which has put me and my kids through the past 2 years. I know I'm doing what's right for me and my kids. It won't be any benefit for them to grow up in a house with their dad hating the sight of their mother. This is ruining my relationship with my own mother. How do I let my mother know that she is pushing me away from her and that I'm close to cutting her off if she doesn't let this go? How do I tell her in a way that she listens and that what I have to say sticks so she gives it up?